Throughout the video, I'm going to be dropping random codes like this. These are refrag codes which I'm pretty sure you know about, but they offer a lot of cool features on their servers like restrat, nadar, etc. If you want to try out refrag free for a week, spot the codes in my video and you will gain competitive tier access. FaZe ClaN is a roster filled with talent from top to bottom. Within that package is the best Mirage short player, with one of the crispest aims in all of CS, who has the ability to change his pace, dictating if the CTs will play defensively or aggressively in your face. Hey, I'm Smirky, and today I want to look at Twistzz and how he defaults towards CT Mirage short, so let's begin. But want to get individual training and CS classes for 30 days for 50 cents on your first month?
Affirmative.
Well, thanks to today's sponsor, WWII Academy, you can.
Yes, my friends, yes!
WWII Academy is the CS school where you can join frequent classes hosted by various pro players and coaches. In these classes, you can submit demos in the Discord to be reviewed and critiqued by the coaches, or join them in theory sessions on a map. And I will also be hosting some of these sessions myself. On top of this, they host weekly scrims where you can jump into a 5v5 with coaches on both teams, helping you during and after the game.
Our enemies tremble.
This entire course is $29 per month, but again, you can try the course for pretty much free for 30 days by using code SMIRKY at checkout, which equates to 12 classes. Now go on and rank up. Let's first have a look at what Twistzz does at the start of the round. Typically at the start of every round, Twistzz will Molotov apps. By doing this lineup, it allows his B player to have that extra Molotov later in the round, and it also prevents the T side from rushing into your B player without him knowing. Alternatively, Twistzz might do the Molotov and combine it with a flash. This flash will land really high up, landing above window, being pretty effective against teams who are wanting to rush mid. Alternatively, you could do this flash, where it lands a lot deeper into mid, affecting teams who are playing behind the box, or perhaps holding connector. But Twistzz might just play towards short, typically on ecos, listening and reacting off information. We can see in these clips, he's just hovering around the site, waiting to see if the T-side will do something fast. And against EG, we can see Twistzz will do something similar, where EG hasn't really thrown that much into mid to sell the presence. So Twistzz might be ready for an early exec, but later decides to peek out mid. Now let's take a look at some scenarios where Twistzz will start aggressively. There's quite a few rounds, maybe 30 to 40% of the gun rounds, where Twistzz will just swing out mid. In round 23, Ents are going to smoke top mid, and Twistzz is going to slowly make his way out, using the T's top mid smoke to their disadvantage. He will first play behind it, looking for players on the right side of the box, but then he will shortly transition, looking for players running out. But soon afterwards he will fall off, being wary of the dangers from under. In round 24 we can see the exact same thing. Twistzz is wanting to run out against the T side top mid smoke, however he gets into an early fight with Neelan. They both take a lot of damage, but Twistzz gets the last laugh. If you want to do something pretty ballsy, you could do this. In this round, Twistzz is going to do the high flash, affecting players in top mid. He's going to swing out and look for any open duels. Now, I will say this is pretty risky. His teammate in Rops is holding under, and his window player in Brokey is rotated to kitchen. However, he does have his B player in Carrigan with him, so the trade opportunity is there. Another way you could play aggressively is by jumping out window. In round 10 against C9, we can see Twistzz is going to do the window jump, make it onto short, and miss the first shot into Nafany, but does get the second. Against EG, we can see the exact same thing, but he has a rifle. He's going to go for the jump, make it on top, and get the kill onto automatic, with a supportive flash from the A site from Rain. Now, if you do have top tier movement, you could do this. In this round, Twistzz is going to jump on top of the window ledge, jump on top of the bricks, and make his way into ladder room, almost catching Nealon by surprise. If he would have done the normal window to short jump, he would have been seen and would have made it a bit riskier, but by going into ladder room, he can't get detected, making it a potential surprise. But again, he misses the shots. Now, FaZe does do a lot of team pushes, and if I did break them down, I would literally be here forever. So I'm just going to refer you to this video where I broke down Heroic and how they are the most proactive team on CT Mirage, showcasing a lot of mid pushes. Now I'm going to start looking at Twistz's positioning. To help break this down, I'm going to define his positioning in two ways. We're first going to have aggressive positions, and these are positions where he's challenging mid. Then we're going to have passive positions, and these positions are where he's not challenging mid, and he plays a bit further back, trying to defend the side or short. So let's begin with this first angle. In this round, Twistzz is going to make his way over and Molotov under. In this position, he's mainly challenging bench, meaning if a player was to go on top of bench, Twistzz can see a slight sliver of the head, however he's ready. Unlike the under player, as when he jumps on top of bench, he won't be expecting Twistz's head to be so low. But around the 1 minute mark, FaZe will push into mid. Two different positions you could play is this one, where you're looking straight into mid, watching for any players making their way into bucket or up cat. But soon after, he will transition on top of the ledge, getting his face really close up, ready to catch players jumping on top of bench. This time trying to do the opposite effect as the last angle, where his head is a lot higher as the tees would expect. Alternatively, you could just play in ladder. In this position, you can try to cover both window and short, allowing your AWPer to change his positioning without having to worry. As you can see, he's just going to be going back and forwards a lot, making sure there's no timings. But soon he will make his way back down ladder and play this angle, ready for any players to walk in. And this position can be hard to clear, as when you peek into ladder room, you have to worry about these two different levels, which can be a bit of a gamble, depending on how the tees place their crosshair. Now let's take a look at more of his passive angles. In this round, Twistzz is creeping his way up short and will place himself onto this angle. In this angle, he's standing on top of the door ledge, allowing his head to be a bit higher than it normally is. Again, potentially catching the tees off guard. However, I will say good players will be aware of this angle and you will probably get checked. An alternative angle you could play is towards Edward, or Get Right. In this angle, you're ready to catch the tees running out onto the site as they're trying to make space. And the way that Twistzz is positioned right now is pretty important. If you play tucked in the corner, most likely you're just going to get pre-fired on the check. However, moving yourself a little bit out creates that off angle. As I keep saying many times in this video, could catch the T side out. But I will say again, this particular angle is pretty common off angle, so you will probably get checked, leaving you in a 50-50 fight against good players. However, in this round, he's able to transition into this, where he's able to catch players jumping outside of apps, where he gets one but dies from short. Now I want to showcase some scenarios when Twistzz will use a smoke. Starting with the first scenario is when he wants to use it for connector. Twistzz will commonly re-smoke connector to allow his comp play and ROPs to stay there for longer. This makes it more difficult for the T side to take control, forcing them to do it late in the round where they have less time. And you can see in these clips, he's just going to wait for a bit, re-smoke connector, and then do what he wants to do. Now there are other scenarios where Twistzz will use a smoke, and this is usually when he feels a bit pressured, and fears they might be attacking short, he might throw his smoke. In round 23, we can see Enso going to do something on Cat, forcing Twistzz to fall away and throw a close smoke. This smoke is to act as a defensive wall, deterring the T's from pushing in. But unfortunately in this round, Enso was waiting behind the smoke, Twistzz went to check market and mid hole to make sure no one's flanking, and came back to Enso who have just pushed up. And against Cloud9 we can see something similar. Twistzz is going to get flashed off, He will react by throwing his Molotov, then he will throw a very core smoke to allow him to reposition and again use it as a wall. But he gets killed from apps. Alternatively, you could use a smoke on the offense rather than the defense. Against G2, we can see they're going to apply the pressure, so instead of falling off, Twistzz will throw this cat smoke, deterring the T's from pushing further and allowing him to keep hold of this control. But you do need to be aware that you could be open from bench and you're not totally invincible. But it is a pretty good smoke if you want to cause a bit of mischief. Now I just want to take a quick look at Twistz's HEs. Twistz's grenade placements vary between each round. In round 15, we can see he's going to come over and have this nade ready for the T side to be rushing fast down mid. If they were, they would have taken a lot of damage. In round 23, we can see Twistzz is falling back into short, but before leaving he will throw a grenade off this sign, landing into under. Now I will say this is probably a good time to throw the grenade, as the T's will roughly come out of under between 133 and maybe 128. So there's a good chance one will land on their heads. Lastly, you could use it for chair. Twistzz is going to aim at this light, run and left click throw. In this round I do think Twistzz throws it a bit early, as it doesn't allow the T side to get into position where they will take the damage. Now, with the CT's meta trying to be more proactive hunting for information, we can see Twistzz and FaZe will do occasional mid pushes late in the round. So I'll showcase a few. In round 3 against G2, we can see Twistzz will be playing inside of ladder room, where he will slowly peek out since G2 hasn't made any noise. Upon clearing mid, he can confirm it's clear, allowing his site players to get into position, ready for an execute. I also really want to show you this mid aggression against Ents. I'm not going to fully break it down as not how he has already done it, however I'll give you a basic run through. In this round, Twistzz is going to nade under, then combine it with a flash. This flash will land underneath window, affecting any players towards top mid. Behind him, his teammate carrying a Molotov chair. They will all swing out, hunting for the kills. Alternatively, you could use the top mid flashbang, and this will affect players in top mid, allowing your connector players and window player and short player to all peek out if they want to go for the fights. But in this round, Twistzz isn't going to swing with it, but his con and window player will. Now let's move over to the B bomb site. Typically at the start or in the late round, Twistzz will play the B bomb site. So let's take a look for what he does when he does play it. Against EG, we can see Twistzz is going to play this position where he leaves a slight crack open for the window, allowing him to spot players trying to lurk out of apps. Now I will say for the average player, you might want to widen it a little bit, and if the T's are going to rush out onto the bomb site, it's very unlikely you'll get the kill, but you will be able to play around this pillar trying to isolate your fights. And another positive about this position, any flashes landing above this area or in this area won't affect you, but do be aware of this bit. Another position you can play in short is right next to the door. In this round, Twistzz is playing on the B bomb site pretty early against the eco. Twistzz, ready for the oncoming execute, is going to juggle apps, ready to Molotov. But in this round, we're not going to see any action on the B bomb site. And again, pretty early into the round, we can see Twistzz is going to be playing the B bomb site, except this time he's going to be at the back of the site juggling apps, ready with a grenade. If he thinks the T's are going to be executing, he can throw it inside of apps, hoping to deal a lot of damage. Karrigan spots one of the T's trying to creep up apps, so Karrigan spotting one of the T's makes Twistzz throw the HE, dealing some good damage. Now, when watching a lot of Twistz's demos, I've noticed he's quite reactive. Twistz's reactions, positions, and util heavily comes from what the T side is doing. If there's nothing mid, he will go B. If they are aggressive cat, he smokes himself. He's unique. Each round, Twistzz will present something different from the last. If that's a different grenade placement, aggression mid, and so on. Lastly, he's volatile. His pace in the game can drastically change from being passive to aggressive. and I will say his aggression seems to be more of a thing to interrupt and throw something out of nowhere, rather than it being a counter to a default, for example. You need to understand how to exploit the CT's defense on the T side of Vertigo. Check out this video I did, where I showcase how GT was able to exploit C9's defense to lead them into a B split. You should check it out. Apart from that, cheers goes to Academy for the sponsor. Thanks for watching, and see ya in a bit.